Right, so I like to say Barak the Hawa, Barak the Hawa Shah, Barak the Hawa, Barak the Hawa Shah, Bahashim, Rakah Hagadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. So real quick, I'm going to go into the image of the Most High and what does it mean to be in the image of the Most High. Let's get straight to it. Genesis 1 and 27. So the Most High created man in his own image, and the image of the Most High created he him, male and female created he them. Right? So in order to understand that, you have to do what? Well, the scriptures tell you. Let's go here. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 10. And the scripture says, for precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little, right? So that's how you read the Bible, right? The scripture says what? Through thy precepts we get understanding, right? So let me get that. That's the book of Psalms 119 and 104. And the scripture says, through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. So let me read that back. Through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. So let's go back to that Genesis 1 and 27. And the scripture says, so the Most High created man in his own image, and the image of the Most High created he him, male and female created he them, right? Because these different religions do not understand what it means to be in the image of the Most High, right? What does it mean to be in the image of the Most High? So let's get it. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 10. And the scripture says, it says, and have put on the new men, which is renewed in knowledge, after the image of him that created him. So, right, the image of the Most High deals with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, going back to the laws, the statutes, and commandments. So let's get that one more time, and we're going to prove that. Genesis 3 and 10. And I have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge, after the image of him that created him. Right? So this here is the book of Psalms. The book of Psalms 119 and 66. And the scripture says, teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I have believed thy commandments. So the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is the commandments of the Most High. Again, let's get that back. Psalms 119 and 66. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I have believed thy commandments. Right? So let's get this. Right? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 34. It says, awake to righteousness. Now, what is righteousness? Let's find out what righteousness is. Right? Let's find out what righteousness is. This is Psalms 119 and 172, my favorites. One of my favorite. It says, my tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness. Let me get that back one more time. It says, Psalms 119 and 172, my tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness. So that's what righteousness is. Let's go back to the 1 Corinthians 15 and 34. So righteousness is the commandments, the law, statutes, and commandments. So again, the image of the Lord is the law, statutes, commandments. So when he made men and women, he made men and women to understand righteousness, the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? 1 Corinthians 15 and 34. It says, awake to righteousness and sin not. So what is sin? Let's understand what sin is. This is the book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. And the scripture says, whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. So there you go. That's what sin is. So let's go back to that First Corinthians again. So you got to get into these precepts in order to understand what is the image of the Most High. You also have to go into the Hebrew, the Greek, and the Latin, man. You gotta do these things in order to get understanding, man. So again, going back to Psalms 119 and 104 says, what? Through thy precepts we get understanding. So 1 Corinthians 15 and 34. Let's finish this off. It says, awake to righteousness. So we understand what righteousness is. It's the law, statutes, commandments. It says, and sin not. And we understand that sin is a transgression of the law. For some have not the knowledge of the Most High to speak this to your shame. So there you go. Some have not the knowledge being the laws and statutes and commandments. Because when Paul went to go teach, he went to go teach unto who? The lost sheep of the house of Israel that did not have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures. Right? So again, awake to righteousness and sin not. For some have not the knowledge of the Most High. It says, I speak this to your shame. So let's grab this, the book of Wisdom of Solomon. Give me a minute here. I got to pull up the app. Give me a minute here and I'm going to pull up the app. And then I'm going to leave it off on this one. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 20. Let's start at, I believe we're going to start at verse 24. Verse 24 says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. So wisdom is a she, which is a female, right? So wisdom is considered to be a female. It says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High. Going back to the book of Genesis, where it says, for the Most High bloweth the breath in his nostrils, to roughly paraphrase that. Also going back into the book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, going into the valley of dry bones. It says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. She is the breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High, and the image of his goodness, man. So the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is the image of the Most High, man. That's why the scripture says, for I have created you in my image, in my own image. Talking about righteousness, right? Matter of fact, I got a couple other scriptures too, man. Let me finish this off. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, right? Going back into the Colossians 3 and 10, it says, put on therefore the new man, which is the image of the Most High. It says, in all ages entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends of the Most High and prophets. For the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the order of stars, being compared with the light. She is found before it. For after this cometh night, but vice shall not prevail against wisdom. So going back to verse let's go back to verse 26. It says, for she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High, and the image of his goodness, man. So let's grab this, right? Because we understand that the image of the Most High deals with righteousness, right? This is the book of, let's see here. This is the book of 1 John chapter 3, verse 10. Right? 1 John 3:10, it says, and this the children of the Most High manifest, and the children of the devil. Right? So the children of the Most High, the children of righteousness, and the children of the devil. When you go into that word devil, it is Diablo, is the Greek word diablos, which goes into slanderer or deceiver. Whosoever doeth not righteousness, and righteousness is the law, statutes, commandments, is not of the Most High, neither he that loveth not his brother. So let's go up to verse 7. 1 John 3 and 7. Little children, let no man deceive you. He that doeth righteousness is righteous, even as he is righteous. So if you committing the things of righteousness, then you are righteous. And the image of the Most High deals with what? Righteousness. So the image of the Most High is righteousness, man. So that's what he means when he say, I have created them in my own image. But you have to understand, you have those that are righteous and you have those that are of the devil. But other than that, I'm going to say Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahweh Shah, Barak Atah Yahweh, Barak Atah Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. And salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. I like to say Shalom.